everyone. I'm Khushee Joshi, a high school junior at Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a writer, a poet, and everything in between. Today, I'm here on behalf of the Teen Pop magazine. The Teen Pop magazine, which is the first online magazine for high schoolers that gives young aspiring journalists the opportunity to share their voice, build their writing portfolio, and receive peer feedback and mentorship in the editorial industry. If you'd like to write for them, check out their website at theteenpop.com. Today, I'm in conversation with violinist Joel Sunny. Joel is a violinist and video creator based in Sydney, Australia, who has gained the attention of millions worldwide with his unique violin renditions of popular songs. He opened for Hilson Young and Free in 2019 at the Sydney Showground and has performed at multiple venues, including NIDA Theatre and virtually at Jai Hind College of Mumbai. His music takes on a dark cinematic sound, reminiscent to the productions of Hans Zimmer and Lana Del Rey. He also fuses his South Indian culture and identity within his Eastern interpretations of Western songs, utilizing the power of social media to share his creativity with fans around the globe. All right, so let's start with the first question. How are you doing today?
I'm really good. I'm quite excited actually because I think this is my first interview, so it's going to be good.
Okay, so tell us about your family, and do you come from a line of musicians? When did you start getting interested in music?
Yeah, so my family, we are originally from Kerala, which is a place in India, and we sort of moved to England then, and that's where I was brought up. So, and then we moved to Sydney, Australia. So, yeah, quite a lot of moving around in the family for sure. In terms of musicality, I think there's definitely a lot of musicality from my mom's side. So my granddad himself, he was a violinist. So so I saw this picture of him when I was a kid, and he was like posing with the violin, and I thought it looked really cool. So I think he really inspired me to pick up the violin. And then as well, we've got my older brother, who's a really talented musician himself as well. So he does a bit of everything, really. Yeah, so he plays piano and guitar and sings. So I play the piano as well. So I learned a lot of what I know from him. Yeah, so
that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you start when did you start playing, and when did the interest really come in? Like you saw your people around you more involved in music, and when exactly did you know that you wanted to do that?
Yeah, so I think I started pretty late in terms of like classical terms. I started when I was 10. So I picked it up just because, like I said, I saw my granddad, and I thought, why not? He's in the family, and I thought maybe I'd have a bit of an advantage there. But it's been a while since I started to play now. But yeah, it's really been great just to see where I've been able to grow as a musician.
Okay. What does an average day in your life look like?
An average day in my life? Well, I think an average day is non-existent for me because I think I really don't like routine, so every day is quite different for me. So for example, yesterday I was really focused on university work and university lectures and studying. And then today it was just all, music and editing and recording and stuff like that. So I think I like to switch up every day. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Do you listen to classical music in your free time?
I listen to everything really, so including classical, but I want to say it's like a go-to genre in my free time. No, not really.
Okay. So, if we check your phone right now, what would be the most likely genre of music that we'd find?
If you check my phone, you'll find everything. I'm being 100% when I say you'll find every type of genre on my phone. So like if you press shuffle, you go from Christian music to like heavy metal to like, I don't know, anime music or something. But
Wow,
I think some
that's
of
a
my
good idea.
favorite, yeah, well, I think my favorite music like genre would be like soundtrack and movie and game soundtracks. They really inspire me. And I also really like pop music as well, pop and hip hop. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Have you performed live at concerts, or do you enjoy performing? What is it like?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love performing, and I before the whole COVID thing happened, I did do a bit of performing. I grew up in church, so I performed a lot there. And in terms of concert, I would say the closest thing that I've done is like I opened up for a band called Hillsong Young and Free, and that was in the Sydney Showground. So that was it's really fun. Yeah, I really miss performing though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's something that lockdown has like confided us into our homes, and that's been a little
Exactly. It's
adjusting, kind of.
for sure. It's taken it away from me. How could it? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What is your routine before a performance, or do you follow any superstitions?
Well, superstitions. I wouldn't say I'm a very superstitious person, but I'm quite spiritual. So I like to pray before I go on stage. Yeah, I
That's
think it's
nice.
important to just acknowledge, the fact that it's a God-given talent. It's not just mine to just randomly play around with.
Something to
Yeah,
just be thankful for. Yes.
yeah, exactly. It's just a sign of gratitude, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Preparation is key, no doubt. So, like, what would you say your goal or your plan looks like for maybe the next year, or maybe even 5 or 10?
Yes, 5 to 10. That's pretty far away. It gets a bit blurry around that time of range, I think. I would love to just travel around the world and just perform in front of a lot of people and do a bunch of music projects. Just keep doing what I'm doing. And for this year, though, I've definitely got my goals set out in front of me. I like to make a vision board at the start of the year. I really think that's helpful to just
That's nice.
plan out your goals for the year. And
Mhm.
I think this year I just want to see a lot of growth in my platforms, in my music, and I I also really want to do some original music as well. So that will be
Okay, we're
yeah,
excited to see that coming.
yeah, me too. I'm excited.
Nice. Okay. Are there any wildness, either living or historical, that you are drawn to more than others?
Yeah, so I actually grew up listening and just being really inspired by Lindsay Sterling and I would say David Garrett as well. So these two violinists for me, they are like my inspirations when it comes to just being creative and just performing as well. And I think, especially Lindsay Sterling, I think she's really brought the violin to like a whole new audience. And
Yeah.
I'm really inspired by that. Yeah. And her music videos, incredible. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Describe your ultimate dream, concert or recording, and you could maybe throw in historical musicians too.
Yeah. Dream concert. Okay. Yeah. I think my dream concert. That's quite interesting. I think I just want to make my concerts when I have those concerts just really unforgettable and really colorful. I feel like something I really like about Indian culture is that we're very colorful.
Yeah.
So I would definitely include that in my concerts and historical figures. I'm trying to think who that would be. Probably like I don't know. I'll come back to you on that one. Probably.
But
Um,
I do love your idea of including Indian culture into it, because there is a certain speciality to adding that spark of color to a concert,
yes,
and just being, like the colorfulness. It's like it brings out your culture, and it's
exactly. Yeah.
something unique. Yeah.
For sure, and that's something that I think the world needs to see for sure. It's not just us
Yeah.
Indians who need to see it. So
True.
I really like to include that. Yeah,
True.
and projects. I would say some of my like goals for the future would be to hopefully, record for movie soundtracks and, stuff like that. I'd really like to do stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do rapid fire. All right, you can answer as fast as you can. All right.
Cool.
Do you have any other musical pursuits, like playing the piano, like you mentioned before, or maybe composing or something like that?
Yeah. So of course, like piano playing, that really helps me with my music in general. I think it's a nice instrument to help visualize everything. And I also really like composing, like you said. I really like arranging my own sort of interpretations of songs.
Mhm.
So I think that's a really fun thing to do. Yeah.
Okay, we're excited to what you come up with. 5 words to describe your life away from the violin.
Away from the violin, how could you take my violin away from me? I would say, I'm still very creative. So creative's definitely one. Family oriented, I love hanging out with my family.
So it wouldn't be a stop.
Yes, exactly. So I would say another word would be busy, because I always just keep myself busy. Quite spontaneous, just something new, and maybe, like I said before, reclusive, just trapped in my room, locked away.
Okay, that's not a bad way to go about life. Okay, what show are you currently binging?
Ooh, I'm watching the originals right now, but I'm also watching Person of Interest. So two of my favorite
Okay,
shows. I'm rewatching those. Yeah.
if you would,
If I was time
if you
travel,
were to play, yeah, if you were to time travel and
yeah,
you were to play 21st century songs to any
yeah.
historical musician, what would you play and who would it be?
Hmm. I think I'd probably like time travel to, the Mozart era. I think that was when the violin was super like in.
Yeah, true.
So I would probably go back there, and then what would I perform? I would say, something like 6ix9ine or Cardi B. Just blow their socks
Okay.
off. Okay. I would probably play probably something from my dramatic violin covers. I think that would fit in really well, like something like Sweater Weather. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Um, that's it for right now. And to know more about Joel, you can follow Teen Pop and keep up with the updates. It was so much fun talking to you.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. It's great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.